thing that is held up more than anything else as the reason Hillary Clinton lost. Susan Sarandon voted for Jill Stein in New York State, which functionally does not matter at all.
No.
But they seem to think that like she sort of sheepdogged millions of people into either not voting or voting third party, thus throwing the election to Donald Trump. And she was a villain right after the election. Every time Donald Trump does something, people, like, not just like random people, but like political operatives and media figures will tweet at her being like, "Are you happy now, Susan Sarandon?" And wouldn't you know it, now that she's campaigning for Bernie Sanders, they're back at it. And again, ascribing, sort of godlike powers to the star of such films as Rocky Horror Picture Show, Bull Durham, and let's say The Client.
Tommy Lee Jones, Brad Renfro.
R.I.P. R.I.P.
R.I.P. to a legend.
R.I.P. to a legend, Brad Renfro. But yeah, Susan Sarandon, I got to say, Susan, you are absolutely goated right now. The top is down. You're listening to Rascal Flatts. The haters are being driven mad. Absolutely mad. Susan Sarandon, please come on, Chapo.
Please, Susan.
Not just Susan Sarandon though, but Nina Turner as well. Did you see that Armando Koss guy
fucking popped off?
She popped off at again, Neera Tanden. Again, what the like? Apparently, if you respond to Neera Tanden or who was it? Nina Turner responded to some stupid shit Neera was saying about Susan Sarandon, basically saying, "Shut the fuck up! Don't tell me what to do. Don't tell me how to vote. You fucked up the last election.
Yeah.
Maybe calm down a little bit before you tell other people what to do politically or what or election strategy after you fucking sent buses away from." They sent volunteers away from Michigan. They told them to stand down because we want to keep you in Iowa to trick Donald Trump and the RNC into campaigning there.
Yeah, they played a game of chicken against like just the dumbest people alive and lost. They also, let's not forget, they wanted to elevate Donald Trump because they thought he would be easier to beat.
Not only did all of these people clear the decks for Hillary Clinton to be the nominee, they also, Bill Clinton famously encouraged Donald Trump to get in the race because he was their hand-picked candidate to fucking run against.
They got what they wanted.
And they got what they wanted. And now they have the fucking, the temerity.
The unmitigated goal to lay this at the doorstep of Susan Sarandon.
Look,
beloved actress and ping pong entrepreneur, Susan Sarandon.
When one of the Banger sisters tells you to vote third party, you have to do it.
It is absolutely fucking pathetic, though, that just thousands of people, like, I guess I've been, for like a few months now, I've been fascinated by the very like late 2000s, early 2010 thing of like, oh, what if Lemmy from Motorhead gave AIDS to Justin Bieber? Like, because it's just one of the lamest things out. It's one of the lamest cultural phenomenons ever, right? Like a bunch of like adult men who are like, this like teen pop singer who makes music for like teen girls he's a fucking gay girl. I want to kill him. I want Ozzy Osbourne to fucking shoot him. And it was like, it's always been locked in my memory because it's like, I alluded to the kill Barney thing because that's something you do when you're in sixth grade. Because I don't know, you think it's like the pinnacle of sort of edginess and forbidden humor, and then you get older and you do, let's fucking nuke Justin Bieber, the gay girl. And I sort of thought our culture was lacking for stuff like this, but we found this phenomenon now for much older people. It's Susan Sarandon. It's the same thing. Like this actress who does not like, and there are many actors who command like sort of a almost cult of personality where people hinge on their every word. And Susan Sarandon is not one of those actors. She's a great, famous actor, but she doesn't. There aren't millions of people who live or die by what she commands. But just her independently voting third party in a state where it means less than fucking nothing is, I don't even think they give a shit about that. She's just like become this symbol of everything that they hate. And it is one of the lamest fucking things I've ever seen. It's one of the biggest wastes of life and time
I
I've
know.
ever seen. It sucks.
Again, I know it's
it
like
sucks. It sucks. A lot of you have kids. This sucks. What the fuck? Like, she also doesn't give a shit.
Well,
She does not appear to give the slightest shit about
No,
this.
she's giving it back to all these fucking zeros like Adam Pachinko Machine and fucking Zerlina Maxwell.
Well,
these fucking losers.
Well,
Adam Pachinko was just like, I don't know, they thaw this bitch out every time a woman is running. And then she responded, she fucking got over him, and she was like, well, I'm not sure about cryotherapy, but I support Sanders because Medicare for All will cover vision, dental, pediatrics or whatever.
Well, he's upset because after the Max Landis Me Too, his film career has ended.
Bright too, not
his
canceled.
film career is over.
Fuck, man, though. But okay. Did you see that Armando Cost thing? He's like one of the editors.
He went nutty.
Daily Cost. At Daily Cost. By the way, Cost himself and the rest of the fucking cretins who run that place have made non-stop hay out of like the Bernie bro phenomenon, and like, oh, they're harassing women for basically if people who say something stupid and then other people respond to you on Twitter or make fun of you, that's harassment and violence. Search any of these people's Twitter accounts and the name Susan Sarandon or Nina Turner or Brianna Gray, Brianna Gray Joy, and you will see like Armando was literally like, what is Bernie Sanders paying you to fuck him, Nina Turner? And it's just like, I'm sorry, if we said, publicly, anything like that about, Hillary Clinton people or any of the fucking nitwits that fucking, frolic around her, we would never hear the fucking end of it. But these people are just out there coming out their face and being like, Susan Sarandon, I'm going to fucking crash a car into you, bitch. How dare you? It's like, God, maybe, I don't know, maybe online misogyny is a big problem. Oh, what these are just middle-aged lunatics. They've lost it. Not cool.
It sucks, man.
They're doing it to Sister Helen Prejean, star of Dead Man Walking.
Well, my idea for one of my plans to heal the world is a Masters competitive gaming division. So no one's beating the 16 to 24 like absolute oldest you can get in most esports, but to be top level. But what if there was a Masters division, like for older people, and all these people, like your mom, your dad, your aunt, your uncle, they all got to compete against each other for massive esports prizes instead of spending all day, on the Daily Coast blog roll just fucking popping off in comments about Mussolini creamsicle or fucking Susan the bitch Sarandon. That's what I call her. They could be grinding Kovacs aim trainer. They could be relearning movement on Counter-Strike, something they abandoned when they had you, their shitty kid. They could be competing for millions of dollars, competing to be stars, because they'd be competing against each other. All that toxicity, all that hatred, it all goes towards like the good-natured shit talk of online rivalries. I think the government should fund the Masters Division Esports League because I certainly would dominate the 27 and up division. But most importantly, these people would have something to do. We need to give these people fucking something to do because this sucks. This absolutely sucks.
Here is Matt Brunig, friend of the show, got this exactly right. Here is the response to the people talking about Susan Sarandon. Yes, she does have the power to sway millions of votes, either to a third party or just out of the voting booth entirely. It sucks, but that's reality. You know what? We don't live in a perfect world. There are no unicorns. So listen up, shit griddle. It's time to pull out in your big boy pants and save the frickin' world. Simply saying, I refuse to do what Susan Sarandon tells me to, is bullshit, purity, politics. Plain and simple.
Do you want to beat Trump or not?
There you go.
If you nominate someone other than Bernie, Sarandon will use her Witches of Eastwick powers to prevent millions of people from voting for that other person, and Trump will get reelected. That's going to happen no matter what. The only way to stop that is to get Bernie to be the nominee.
We hear
and
this
therefore, you don't have to like him. He might not have all the policy proposals that you would prefer.
You may think Joe Biden is better on healthcare than
guess what? You still have to support him if you care about getting rid of Trump.
Well, and if they say no, never, well, then I guess you don't care about getting rid of Trump. Because this is the thing. Ever since the 2016, Bernie threw the election to Trump. He didn't campaign hard enough for Hillary Clinton. He didn't do enough. He had made people stay home. And it's like, you're right. He did. There are millions in his palm. The election
what are you going to do about it? There's no way to just change that. The absurdity here is that these people seem to think if I yell at everybody on Twitter, I'm going to somehow badger them all into voting for the candidate. Well, but we saw that didn't work in 2016. They listened to Susan Sarandon way more than they're going to listen to you, which means you have to obey her. It's the only way.
If you're terrified of, a third-party spoiler or people staying home because they're just fed up or been lied to by podcasts, actresses that were very popular in the 90s, or, Bernie Sanders himself, then I'm sorry. It's on you. You have to make sure Bernie Sanders gets the nomination. You may not like it, but that's reality. We don't live in a perfect world.
It's true. And you might say, Sarandon, you know what? She's less popular now than she was 4 years ago. The spell is broken. Guess what, motherfucker? She was on the Pickle Rick episode of Rick and Morty. Her powers are greater than they've ever been.
So, yeah, that's it. Susan, my life for yours. We are yours to command. We are calling our banners to support Susan. And if you don't, you have pledged, we are your liege lords. We are pledged now to Susan. And if you don't support Susan, you can do that. But after we ride south, defeat Emperor Trump, create a new dynasty, the Sarandon-Sanders dynasty, we will return home, burn you out of your holdfast, and hang you for an oathbreaker.
I don't want to do that. I want to bring back Comic View. So let's be nice. 2020, everyone, let's be nice.
Bring those vibes back.
Let's bring the vibes back.
Bring those vibes back.
Yeah.
I feel them. I feel them coming.
Everyone's
I'm riding on an ocean of vibes.
Everyone's talking about a high turnout election. How about a vibes turnout election?
Give me that newly VA advisory approved ketamine nasal spray, please.
I got you.
Yeah, let's do it.
Let's do it.
We're gonna zoot up right now.
Okay.
We're zooting.
VA stands for Vibes Administration.
Seriously though, Susan, if you're out there, please come on
the
Chapo.
show. Come on the show.
Really want to hang out with you.
We wanna
Actually,
hang
we don't even
out.
have to record it up.
Absolutely. We'll do the ketamine together.
You guys, okay, this is pathetic.
All right.
We have like drugs. Yeah, she can't get drugs. Famous actor.
I'm just
millionaire.
saying that we could do it together, and it would be fun.
We can play Game of Thrones Monopoly.
Yeah, we can
All
watch. We can watch. The Hunger, one of our classic films.
Tony Scott.
Yeah, we could do.
Goated.
We could do an interactive viewing of Rocky Horror Picture Show if it's been a while for her.
Nah,
Throw
I
some
don't
toast.
I'm not a big fan of that.
I'm not a
one.
fan of the movie
Yeah.
either, but
No,
she's in it. Maybe she.
No,
maybe
I
she
think
likes
it's lame to like fucking change up your behavior to impress a new friend. We should do it. We always like. We should watch like one of the Seagal movies he made in Serbia.
She's probably never seen, The Mercenary.
That's true. She probably hasn't.
Yeah, exactly.
She's not seen the amazing.
She's seen her own
twist.
movies.
She's not seen the amazing twist at the end of The Perfect Weapon when you find out that there are two Seagals.
Yeah. She's never seen Seagal go, your entire family hates you. No, it's like argue over Grubhub for 2 hours, pass around the same like vape pen. No, you bring someone by, you show them the real shit that you like to do.
So you're telling me that if we got Susan Sarandon to come to your apartment, Felix,
First of all, I don't own a couch yet, so that's going to
all
be a
right,
problem.
say you got a couch. Let's say you got a couch. You would
All
not
right, now
do.
we're doing magical
You would not
thinking.
do a bit of a frenzied clean to impress her.
No, because this is real shit only.
Really, you'd be like, yeah, move that jar of gamer piss out of the way, Susan. Go
All right,
and sit
I
down.
own a toilet, by the way. Just because you don't have a couch
Hey,
yet
Felix,
doesn't.
you rent a toilet, buddy.